For years, Canada has been seen as a dream destination for Indian students and professionals, offering the promise of high salaries, better career opportunity, and a pathway to permanent residency. However, the reality today is quite different. Rising costs, tough job competition, and strict immigration policy are making life increasingly difficult for many Indian migrants. As a result, growing number of Indians are deciding to return home, realizing that the financial struggle in Canada may not be worth it. One such individual is Sushant Arora, a 26-year-old from Amritsar, Punjab, who moved to Canada back in 2016 for his bachelor's degree in Brampton, Ontario. After spending 8 years in the country, Sushant has now made the difficult decision to return to India in September 2025. Despite working two jobs, he has found it impossible to save money. His monthly expenses are overwhelming. $850 for rent, $1,000 for car maintenance, and $150 for electricity bills, leaving him with little to no disposable income. Now, this financial burden, coupled with the pressure of surviving in a foreign country, has led him to believe that moving back to India is actually a smarter choice, where he can earn a competitive salary and be closer to his family. Let me tell you now, why are Indians struggling in Canada? One of the biggest challenges for Indians in Canada is the high cost of living. Over the past few years, cities like Toronto, Vancouver, and Brampton have become increasingly expensive, making it difficult for new immigrants to afford even basic necessities. Rent, transportation, and utilities have all seen significant price hike, making survival really difficult, even for those with stable jobs. Many Indians who move with hopes of financial stability are now struggling just to break even. Another major issue is a low-paying job and really tough job competition. Many skilled Indian professionals expect to land in high-paying jobs in fields like IT, finance, engineering. But reality often forces them into survival jobs in warehouses, restaurants, retail stores, or as Uber driver or any delivery worker. Even those who find professional jobs often realize that the salaries are not enough to match the rising cost of living in Canada. This means that despite working long hours, they are barely able to make ends meet. Then comes the housing crisis. The housing crisis in Canada has added to the financial stress, and let me tell you, it's the main one. In cities like Toronto and Vancouver, the average rent for one-bedroom apartment has soared past $2,500 per month. With such high cost, many Indians are forced to share very small apartments with multiple roommates just to afford a place to stay. The situation has only worsened in the past year, with Canada recording its highest ever rent increase in 2024. Another significant reason why Indians are struggling in Canada is the difficulty of obtaining permanent residency. We also call it in short PR. In previous years, international students and workers could expect to get a PR within just a few years of living in Canada. However, immigration policy have changed now, making the process much harder. Canada has reduced the number of PR invitations and the competition has become tougher, leaving many Indians stuck in a cycle of temporary visa and uncertainty about their future. This is leading many to reconsider whether Canada is still worth the struggle or not. The decision to return to India is not just about escaping financial stress. It is also about better opportunity and stability. Many Indians are finding that job opportunities back home have improved significantly, specifically in fields like IT, finance, and consulting Indian companies. These type of companies are now offering salaries of 30 to 50 lakh rupees per year, which are comparable to any mid-level job in Canada. With a lower cost of living in India, these salaries allow for a much better quality of life as compared to struggling with high expenses abroad. Wait, there's more. Another major factor is the cost of living. In India, expenses for housing, food, transportation, and healthcare are far more affordable than Canada. Now, this means that even with a slightly lower salary, individuals can still manage a very comfortable lifestyle without working multiple jobs. For many, this is much better option than consistently struggling to make the end meets in Canada. Now, beyond the financial reasons, many Indians also miss their family and the sense of community and culture that they had in India. Living abroad can often be isolating, specifically in a country where work schedules and lifestyles leave really little room for socializing. Festivals, traditions, and social gathering are integral part of Indian culture. And many migrants find themselves feeling lonely and disconnected in Canada. The emotional pull of being closer to family is one of the strongest reasons why people decide to move back. In the meantime, the Indian economy is also on growth trajectory, offering exciting opportunities in tech, IT, startup, and finance too. Many Indians who once dreamt of working in Western countries are now realizing that they can actually build a very successful career right at home. Startups and multinational companies in India are expanding rapidly, creating lucrative job opportunity that allows the professionals to grow without the stress of immigration hurdle. So, here's a final thought. For many Indians, Canada still offers good education, exposure, and opportunity. However, financially, it is no longer the golden dream that it was once. With the cost of living skyrocketing, job competition increasing, and PR becoming really hard to obtain, many Indians are beginning to rethink their choices. So, if you're planning to move to Canada, it is important to do a proper research and have a solid financial plan. Without proper preparation, you may find yourself struggling like thousands of Indians who are now booking their flights back home. The big question remains the same. Is Canada still the best option for Indians, or is it time to look for better opportunities elsewhere?